and laughing at the big kids scootering past with their ridiculous skirts flapping in the breeze. I remember my shock when I found out that I would be wearing a kilt the following year, and how suddenly the ridiculous skirts weren't so funny anymore. I also remember my first trip at age 10 to the Column uniform shop, when my jaw dropped as I heard that the same stupid skirt I had spent all my primary school years laughing at actually cost $450. Blouses were $50 each, and I'd have to pay another $140 for 2 summer school dresses. I remember my mother asking quietly if there were any left in the second-hand pile, and I remember my absolute horror when the grumpy uniform lady pulled out a slightly grubby sheet of material with a suspicious-looking stain on the front. I was so horrified, in fact, I didn't even notice the row of $20 polo shirts the boys wore the whole year long. I was 12 years old when my friends and I gave up playing football at lunchtime. It was just too hard, what with our kilts getting in the way when we ran, and the risk of getting them muddy and having to pay even more money at the dry cleaners. It was 3 days after my 13th birthday when I spent 10 full minutes struggling on the side of the road with my kilt caught in my bike. I was too scared to ride to school again until the following year. We live in a country that tells young girls they can do anything, then forces them to wear uniforms in which the only thing they can do is sit down and shut up. Well, okay, literally no one shuts up, but you get the point. Are we not past the days when Japanese families bound the feet of their daughters to keep them from joining in non-feminine activities? Just a clue, that was 200 years ago. We have school uniforms for the purpose of being practical, looking smart, and avoiding putting emphasis on the economic differences of students' families. Well, I think we can all get rid of the one about looking good. I still wish I could have sat in on a Ministry of Education meeting in which someone pitched a men's commando bagpipe skirt as the next great uniform idea, and people actually voted for it. Oh wait, that sounds familiar, doesn't it, Trump? And how is said full-length bagpipe skirt practical in any way, shape or form? You can't run, you can't bike, it flaps open all the time, it's heavy, and it's not even that warm. I would say, at least it saves some money and stops people feeling bad if they can't buy branded clothing. But at $450, it doesn't even do that. It's completely useless. I guess though, we're pretty lucky we go to an all-girls school. It could be much worse. What about Middleton Grange, who recently reported to Stuff that they were considering banning their girls from wearing skirts altogether because they create a distraction for male students and male staff. Male staff. How gross and disturbing is that? How would you feel as a female student, knowing that some of your male teachers have probably complained that they were too focused on your legs to teach properly? How would you feel, knowing that your school was more concerned with enabling paedophilia than your education? And as for the male students, well, it really makes me wonder how boys are even allowed to do anything. I mean, they're a safety hazard. What happens when they're driving down the road and some girl has her shoulders out? What happens to male surgeons in the operating room when they suddenly realise that, oh my God, girls have legs that continue past the knee? I'm not asking for a New Zealand pantsuit revolution. I'm not even asking for a change in the way we make girls' uniforms, because I know it's not going to happen. But what I am asking is that when school boards have the power to make decisions that affect little girls, they take the time to think about the messages they are sending through their actions. What I am asking is that they consider the impacts these decisions can have on girls' lives, because they do have impacts, every little one. Just $450 can be the tipping point between a family being able to send their daughter to school and a family being forced to skip meals for weeks. Just a uniform change is enough to make a little boy feel as if it's okay to treat his classmates' bodies like property, because it's their responsibility to cover themselves up. And just a kilt is enough to make a 12-year-old girl give up football. Thank you.